right. Ha ha ha. Ho ho ho. Hee hee hee. I hate my singing. Just waiting to see if the chat will come up. Am I live now? Just everyone let me know how everything's going in the chat. Is my video up? Is our video up? There it is. I see my face and hopefully everything's good. I don't have champagne, Gozerian, but I have tea in this looking cool kind of mug. Is the music too loud? I'm sorry, let me turn it down. How is everybody today? Hi, yeah, I just turned down the, I see everyone's calling out the heavy music just because of the latency. I just turned it down. Should be good. Music should be good now. I'm trying out some different music today. Hopefully it'll sound good. People should know what it is because I use it a lot in a lot of my videos. So, yeah, I'm sorry. Because of last week and the stuff I did with Triangle Audio Studios. Yeah, it's actually, so, here, I probably should not show this on stream, but screw it. It's actually, this mug is actually, see if we can get a better, like, lighting of it. It's actually a mug for my parents' bed and breakfast that they own. Can't really see a good angle of it, but there we are. That's the mug. The tea is, it's just crappy tea. It's like Yogi chai tea. Just like Yogi brand tea. So, yeah, it's very, very crappy tea. So, sounds like a warp car underwater. So, you're still hearing the warp core. Ah, that's annoying. Okay, I can turn that off. Let's see. I don't know why. I'm using OBS. Everyone's hearing the warp core noises. I'm using OBS here. And technically, you should not be able to hear the warp core. You should just be able to hear the music that I have. But what are you gonna do? So I hope everyone's doing wonderful. Oh, Luis, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. I couldn't think of the words. Here's a heart for you, Luis. Thank you so much. That is a heart for anyone who does the super chats. I'm doing pretty good. Today was, I mean, a lot of my anxiety was expressed in that video that I put up earlier today. And that video was me, I filmed that like 2 or 3 days ago, maybe like 2 days ago. I forget. I think, what's today? Wednesday? I lost all track of time. I think that went up on, I filmed that on Monday. So that actually helped a lot of my anxiety, sort of talking that out. So thank you so much for asking. I really appreciate that. I haven't said hi to everybody yet. Vale, nice to see you. BMOS Berwin55, excuse me if I said that wrong. Cappuccino Crafts. ER Mixon's Craziest Theories. Hello, NCC1701 Chris, Miss Wicked Wolf, Just Carowin, S. Jane, Geek Filter, it's good to see you as well. I know you were texting me earlier, but it's good to see you here. I also like that you changed to the new logo. I like the new logo a lot. Punk Rock Zoologist, thank you so much. Good to see you. Corey, how good to see both you and Vale both in the chat. Council of Geeks, good to see you. Yeah, promoting my parents' B&B nepotism collusion. I mean, I'm sure they're happy with it. It's just one of those, like, you know, you know what I want someone in the chat to do is show up at my parents' bed and breakfast right here, the Dreamcatcher Bed and Breakfast in Taos, New Mexico. Show up and creep my parents out being like, I'm a huge fan of your daughter, Jessie. I'm sure my parents would actually love that, but their bed and breakfast is really nice. But I just always find it, I always just wonder if that's ever gonna happen. It's like, I have all your daughter on YouTube, and they'll be like, cool. Tom, good to see you. Joe. So yeah, things have been going pretty good today, considering the inauguration happened. Nothing insane happened, thank God. Bernie Sanders gave us a new fashion trend, which is the slouch in the chair. The chair slouch, like, I should have been the one inaugurated slouch. But, you know, I'll take it, you know, like I said, I've said this in other videos, Biden was not the person I would have chosen, but he is certainly much better than the other option, the alternative, and I am very glad to see him in office as opposed to the other guy, whose name I will not mention on this live stream today, because we are talking positive things. So, overall, I am in a very good mood about the state of the world at the moment. Not, you know, it's not great for obvious reasons, but I am very happy. Council of Geeks. Hey, if people on the TikTok are citing the podcast, I don't see why B&Bers can't cite your work. No, they should. I just always want that to happen with my people on Better Breakfast. By the way, for those of you who aren't following the What the Frell podcast that I do with Council of Geeks, the lovely Council of Geeks, a recurring thing on that podcast, and I want to reiterate here, is Council of Geeks TikTok is blowing the hell up. Council, tell me in the chat, please tell me what your count is at right now for TikTok. And I want her TikTok to just explode. And I want her to become a TikTok influencer. She already kind of is. She's already kind of a TikTok influencer. I just want her to be known as the TikTok influencer. I don't even have a TikTok, and I'm just enjoying this. Hey, Maisie Summers, it's good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. I didn't see Lady Gaga's Hunger Games cosplay though. That sounds like it. Hunger Games, like the Capitol cosplay seems like it was made by Lady Gaga for Lady Gaga. So I'm honestly not shocked she's done Hunger Games outfits. That makes perfect sense to me. So I need to get on the TikTok. I feel old because I'm not on the TikToks. I'm like I'm not sure what the youths are doing. What are the youths doing on that their TikTok? Are they ticking? Are they talking? I don't know which way is which. Who's the tick and who's the talk? I don't know. Who knows? I forgot there is like a sea shanty. There's like a sea shanty TikTok. I'm here for that. Yes, hello, Nico Gwen RL. Hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. I probably totally screwed it up, but welcome. Good to see you from Minnesota. It has definitely been a day. I know, Carlisle the Cinephile, I am definitely a boomer. If by boomer you mean one of the space shippers that you see in Star Trek Enterprise, because I'm totally like that. I'm right up there with Travis. I actually just watched the Fortunate Son episode of Star Trek Enterprise, which is like the first like boomer episode. So, and I just spilled tea on my chin. I am great on camera. Great to be drinking things on camera. Sounds good. So. What does everyone wish to talk about today? Because I am here for you. I'm here to rant. You got me for an hour, so whatever you all want to talk about, I am here to talk about. So please send me your questions, send me your topics, and we can chill and talk and things like that. And I can't guarantee I'll get to every question, but you know, I'm always trying to see what I can. Like I said, it's a form of, in terms of chai, let's see, Mikhail, you're asking what kind of tea. Like I said earlier, I think it's some form of chai. I don't even know. I have like a bunch of different tea bags in my closet, in my kitchen, and I just go and grab one and put it in and enjoy the variety of life. So, WandaVision. I did see Wanda. We didn't talk about WandaVision. I meant to ask you about WandaVision, Council of Geeks, when we recorded our podcast. I somehow slipped my mind when we recorded earlier this week. Yeah, I mean, I did a whole video on WandaVision. I enjoyed it quite heavily. I was very, very pleased with it. I'm liking that it's a new take for the MCU. It's doing something different and taking advantage of the television medium to do something specifically television. I worried that, like, with the MCU, especially the shows, they were gonna kind of be like just big, like just sort of elongated movies, which WandaVision kind of has potential to be, but at least I feel like it is much more episodic, which I feel, and it's like doing something different. So I very much appreciated that, as opposed to like, I'm worried about like, I think more Captain America and the Winter Soldier being kind of just like a longer, like Captain America, like a longer kind of Captain America movie, but it's not a movie because they don't think that Bucky and I'm blanking on Falcon's name, the actual character's name, but Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I don't think that they could like uphold the whole film, so they just like make it a TV thing. I just sort of wonder and worry about that. But as for WandaVision, I think it's great so far. Someone asked, do I like to cook? I do like to cook. I've been trying to cook more now that the new year has started. I generally had been doing like mostly like stir fry and oven stuff outside of weekends, but my sort of New Year's resolution has been to try and eat better during the actual week. So I think last night I made some chicken cordon bleu, which was delicious. You take your chicken and you sort of hammer it. You just hammer the chicken down, just beat your meat as hard as you can, and sort of flatten the chicken, cut it open. You lay in some Dijon mustard, some like nice mustard. Get some pepper and some salt, sprinkle it on there. Lemon juice if you're feeling frisky. And then you get some Swiss cheese. Layer in the Swiss cheese in the chicken, and then you layer in some ham in there as well. You put a little bit more mustard if you're feeling crazy too, and then you fold up the chicken, stick a thing in it, and then if you're feeling even crazy, you can wrap some bacon around it if you want to go insane. And then you stick it in the oven, let that cook. Then you get some. I usually just do like cream of mushroom soup or something like that, but you can do other stuff. But I just usually get like a cream of mushroom soup, heat it up, let the chicken cook, pull the chicken out, and then dump some cream of mushroom soup on it, along with some mashed potatoes, and that's just so good. It's one of my favorite foods to make. So. Oh, believe me, Maisie Summers, I know what beat your meat means. I definitely know what beat your meat means. It means beating chicken so you can cook it, right? That's it. There's no other ulterior things to it. Hopefully I just made everyone hungry with my my chicken cordon bleu recipe. Anyone seen Blow the Man Down on Amazon Prime? It's really good. Yeah, I did see it. I really, really liked it. I liked Blow the Man Down, Homebody, quite a bit. It's kind of like a murder mystery Fargo, kind of like Fargo. It's like I think it's Alaska. I think it takes place in Alaska, or I forget the exact setting of it. I believe it's like a fishing village in Alaska, but I might be incorrect on the exact location. But it's a small town, sort of wintry small town. And they have like a sort of murder mystery, and it gets into the treatment of women, how women are sort of trying to find their place within these worlds. In these smaller towns, there's like a brothel sort of part of the story as well. My only problem with it was I talked about it briefly in my top movies of the year. I liked it a lot. My only problem was I found it to be a little bit slow paced for me. I felt it could have been, I think it could have been a little bit faster. In terms of keeping the story going along, but generally I thought it was a very strong movie. E.R. Mixon's Craziest Theories asks, have you seen Disenchantment Part 3 yet? Is that a show you watch? I do. I've actually just finished Disenchantment, I think last night. I think again, time is a flat circle. Who knows what time is anymore? But yeah, no, I think I finished Disenchantment last night. And I really, the show frustrates me. I'll be very honest about Disenchantment. I keep wanting it to be Futurama, like a fantasy version of Futurama, and it has that elements. And I also appreciated that it's trying to do something a little bit riskier in that it's telling a much more continuous story, like each episode sort of leads into the next. And yes, there's like little bits and sort of episodic episodes within that, especially in seasons 1 and 2. Season 3 a little less. But I like that it is telling like a sort of continuous story, that there is like a narrative going through it. I won't spoil anything specific. But my biggest problem with Disenchantment is it's not on network, that it's a streaming show. And like how best to describe this? Like, I feel like Futurama worked because Matt Groening and everyone kind of had to reel back in they had to really be concise with their comedy. There's a rule over on The Simpsons where when they write it, they want to have like 2 or 3 jokes per page. So there's like 2 or 3 jokes per minute or so on The Simpsons whenever they're writing a script. But that rule doesn't apply necessarily to Disenchantment, because, not that to say it needs to have all these jokes all the time, that it needs to be like really fast with the jokes. I don't think it needs that. But there are just so many bits on Disenchantment that just go on like 30 seconds too long. Like, I sit there and watch the episode, I'm like, oh, that was funny, and then it just keeps going for just a little bit longer than I thought of, and then a little bit longer than that. And so it's just like, I just wish you had a stronger editor. And I feel like the problem with it is that it's, because it's on streaming, it's allowed to be 30 minutes instead of the normal like 22 minutes. So they kind of allow themselves this leeway, and they don't rein themselves in, and they don't edit themselves as well. And I feel like Disenchantment, I feel like my major problem with Disenchantment is just they need to have a stronger editor. I feel like they need to just be more willing to kill their darlings. If you ask me, if that show was just cut a little bit strong, like a little bit tighter, I think make it tight. I don't know why I did that. If it was just a little bit tighter, I think it would be a much stronger show. But overall, I don't hate it. It's just not. It's just not Futurama, and that saddens me. So there we go. Oh. Is Council of Geeks making jokes in the chat, and I'm missing it? I missed that. Oh, I was disenchanted. Yeah, I see what you did. I see what you did there. Let's see. Someone else asked a question that I caught that I quick missed. It's like, oh, I wanted to come back to that, but now for some reason, oh, Owl House. People were talking about Owl House. I watched the first episode of Owl House. I wasn't the biggest fan of it so far. I talked with Council of Geeks actually when we recorded a podcast before we recorded about Owl House, and I'm planning on trying to give it a little bit more of a go. But I feel like my problem with it was I liked the world, I liked the characters, and I liked the setup. I think my problem with it was that it didn't necessarily take its stakes seriously. And I don't mind stakes in shows, and this is just based off the pilot, so if this is not true for the whole show, I will give it a more chance, so don't worry. But from what I saw on the pilot is, I'm fine with the stakes being silly or low stakes or different. But my problem was, like, the first episode set up these stakes of, like, they're going to try and break into this bad guy's castle or whatever. And then they get captured by him, and then it just turns out he just wants to date the lead character, and there was no, like, nothing to worry about, all the stakes or whatever. And the characters all get saved really easily. And so it felt like, oh, it had set up, like, a certain level of stakes for me, and then it didn't, like, pay it off. It just kind of like, oh, okay, I guess they're all gonna be fine. Which just kind of read like a little bit of, like, too kiddie of a type of show for me. Again, I'm fine with stakes being low or weird or wacky, but I don't like stakes being set up and then being told, like, yeah, those stakes didn't matter. Why were you worried? Like, that bothers me. But again, it was just one episode, so I'm willing to give it more. I have been watching Gravity Falls, though, and I've been really enjoying Gravity Falls. My friend and I have been watching Gravity Falls, and I think we got to like episode 6 or 7? I'm on episode 6 or 7 of Gravity Falls, and I am really loving Gravity Falls. That show, I'm very, very, very much enjoying that. I'm blanking. I still haven't, like, gotten all their names stuck in my head. I know Grunkle Stan off the top of my head. Also, Gozer the Gozerian just said Owl House is a hoot. Lovely. Lovely. I adore you for that. But yeah, Owl House is. I remember Grunkle Stan, but the lead girl, I think, is the best character of the show. I adore her so much. She is everything that I wanted. The only part of Gravity Falls that I found weird was the I can't remember his name, but I'm bad with names. I can never remember names. They always just go in and out of my head, even for shows that I really like. But the guy who's like the pastor kind of one, like the rival magician dude in the town, I think he's introduced in like episode 3 or 4, and he kind of is like like a parody of evangelicals. I wasn't the biggest fan of him because that sort of kind of creeped me out, because it was like, I know he's a kid, I know he's supposed to be like 9 or 10, but he read to me as like older. And so it just had this like weird vibes of him wanting to date the lead girl who was also a kid. It read a bit weird to me, and it just made me a little bit uncomfortable. But that is totally fine. It's nothing. The show's nothing. The show didn't do anything wrong. It's not like they were doing anything weird or anything. It came across for my own sensitivities a little bit weird. But what are you gonna do? Also, Brian Gressett, I saw your super chat. Sorry I didn't get to it when I saw it a second earlier. But here is your heart, Brian. Thank you so much for the super chat. Sending you love. Love how that. Like, look how red it gets. I don't know what the color correction is weird today on my camera, but like look at that red on my hands. But anyways, this really awkwardly shaped heart, my hands cannot make like a good heart here. That's a better heart right there. I'm like looking at the camera, not actually at my actual fingers. That's kind of a heart right there. Thank you so much for the super chat. Anyways, Brian, you said, have you read Superpowers or NPCs by Drew Hayes? Then doesn't sound familiar. Drew Hayes sounds familiar, but neither of those books, I know I haven't read any of them. But Drew Hayes sounds familiar for some reason. What was the, yeah, I just looked it up. I have not read either of these books, unfortunately. What was the one book, Soon I Will Be Invincible? That's a like a superhero book that I read that I really, really enjoyed. I read that years and years ago, but Soon I Will Be Invincible is a very good book that I would very much recommend. So there we go. Carlo the Cinephile, I'm like 6 episodes in to Gravity Falls, something like that. Cade MacArthur, idea for a show, Star Trek Deep Dish Pizza. It takes place in the USS Deep Dish Pizza. Gonna make me want some deep dish. I would love to have some deep dish pizza, right? Oh, now I want pizza. Why would you say that? Why would you make me hungry for some pizza? Because I would love some pizza right now. Miss Wicked Wolf asks, Disney is making 2 Star Wars movies, Rogue Squadron and one directed by Kevin Feige. What are your thoughts? I was very excited for the Rogue Squadron movie. It's being directed by Patty Jenkins, who directed Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman 1984 and Monster. And I've always liked Rogue Squadron. I loved the games years ago. I know that there's a book series called X-Wing that is probably one of the most beloved Star Wars sets of novels besides maybe the Thrawn books. The Thrawn trilogy is probably slightly more beloved, but everyone says the X-Wing books are also really great. Which is kind of based on sort of Rogue Squadron-y type of stuff, or at least that sort of similar. But yeah, I will say I was very excited about it, and I'm liking that Disney is sort of taking a softer approach to Star Wars, at least on the movie front. Their TV shows, they're just going crazy with, considering off the back of The Mandalorian. But I am appreciating that their movies are kind of like taking a little bit of a different tack, trying something different. I still wish that they would kind of get out of the Rebellion era. I mean, we don't know for sure when that era is going to be, or when Rogue Squadron is going to be set, but my assumption would be it's probably going to be set during the original movie trilogy, and I'm just like, it might also be set like past the original trilogy, and maybe in the sequel trilogy, but I just would kind of want a different era. I'm actually more excited. I've started to read the High Republic novels that have just come out. And I'm really liking that first book by Charles Soule. I believe it's called The Light of the Jedi. I'm kind of in the middle of it right now, and I'm really, really enjoying it because it's like a different feel. It's like it's still Star Wars, but it's set during a different era. It's doing something kind of different. There's no like titular Star War going on, but it's sort of set like when the Republic felt a little bit more like the Federation. Actually, they actually are standing up for the galaxy. The Jedis are going out there and saving people. The Jedi kind of feel very Starfleet-esque. It's very just Star Trek-y, and I like that because it's just doing something new with Star Wars instead of just like reiterating the same old thing. So I'm excited for Rogue Squadron generally, but I'm not as excited as I could be about it. It's one of those like, yeah, probably will be good, but we'll see how it goes. I will say I'm a little bit cooled on the idea that Patty Jenkins is directing it after Wonder Woman 1984 because that movie just deeply disappointed me. So it kind of cooled me a little bit on Patty Jenkins directing in that movie in general. But that being said, I'm willing. She's directed 2 of her 3 films have been excellent, and so I am willing to give her the benefit of the doubt going forward. But we'll see. So, yeah, that's my sort of hot thoughts. And then the Kevin Feige one, we know almost nothing about. I mean, I trust Kevin Feige with my life. So, there we go. Anything Kevin Feige does, I'm sure will be, like, very, very forward-thinking, very well thought out, but and fan pleasing without being too tied to what the fans want. I generally just think Kevin Feige knows what he's doing, so I trust him fairly well. So, someone just joined, said for the first time, who Louis Man Gaming. Hey, welcome. You just joined. Good to see you here. And let's see, someone else just joined. Who just said that? Jorge Rodriguez. Hopefully, I'm saying your name correctly. Hello, Jessie, and to all from Australia. Well, hello to you as well. Hope you're living long and prospering. Those are words that I said. Vero Chica, thank you so much for the super chat. This is the heart. Ooh, I actually got the heart looking kind of like a heart right off the. Oh, nope. Now I lost it. There we go. Ah, look at that. This heart is for you. Sending you love. Thank you so much for the super chat. That heart's for you. You asked, really happy to catch your stream, but I turned off Enterprise to watch it, and my children are not happy with me now. Oh no, no. Here, I'll make up for it. This is how I'll make up for the fact that you had to turn off Enterprise to watch me. It's been a long road getting from there to here. It's been a long time, but my time is finally near, and I will see my dream come alive at last. I will touch the sky, and they're not gonna hold me down no more. No, they're not gonna change my mind, 'cause I've got faith of the heart, and no one's gonna bend or break me. I got faith to believe I can do anything. I've got strength. I don't know why I do that. Of the soul. And no one's gonna bend or break me. I can reach any star. I've got faith. I've got faith. Faith of the heart. Oh no. I broke the NX01, guys. It's not on the stand anymore. Oh no. Oh, I didn't break it. Oh gosh. Here's one nacelle. Here's two nacelles. And here's the NX01. Don't worry, they're actually supposed to come off like that. It's totally they fit right back on. So don't worry. I hope everyone enjoyed that rendition there. I'm gonna turn the background music back on there. I will fix this after the stream. But yeah, don't worry, it didn't. The NX01 is just in for repairs, so it should be fine. There we go. Someone just gave another super chat. I just wanted to say thank you. Savory Lemon, thank you so much for the super chat. Sending you a huge heart. Thank you, you lovely, amazing. I don't know why I couldn't say words, but you lovely, amazing person. Thank you so much. Sending you love. And you said, what I'm getting from this is that Jessie just needs backup singers. Hey, if you want to send some people over, to be background singers, I am totally down for that. Just get a few people every time I start singing Faith of the Heart. They just sort of like pop out of the door, kind of like those guys from Sing Along blog. From Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog, just like the bad horse, he's bad. Those guys. Homebody asks, how is Mr. Newt? How is Mr. Newt, man? He is doing good. Last I saw him, he was in my room, and he was like lying on the bed. In fact, actually, usually, weirdly enough, when I sing, he sometimes comes. So let me see something really quickly. You're gonna see me. I'm wearing pajamas right now, so don't judge me too harshly. I want to be comfy. So you're gonna see my pajamas, but let's see if he's hanging outside the door real quick. Newt, come in, bud. see. I'll leave the door open. See if he comes. Oh, speak of the devil. Look, here he is, everybody. Hi, Newt. Say hi. Say hi to the people. You're a star, bud. So, there is Newt. He'll probably jump up on my lap in a hot sec. So, ooh, hair. All right, let me pop these back on. There we go. Let's see if Newt, you want to come up, bud? No, he's just gonna hang out right there, just doing his thing. So that would be Newt right there. So let us see. Oh, everyone's saying hi to Newt. Newt, everyone loves you. Hi, bud. You're over here. Are you gonna come up? Is that what's gonna happen now? Come here. Come on. He wants to hop up. Come on. See if you can see this. Come on, buddy. Come on. There we go. Hi. Yeah. Good boy. So there we go. We got Newt up on my lap here. So, and he's purring really loudly. I don't know if you can hear that at all over in the chat, but Newt is purring like a crazy person. I got bad horse stuck in your head there, Council of Geeks. I'm sorry. Miss Wicked Wolf, what are your thoughts on the Animaniacs reboot? Good. I generally heavily enjoyed it. Let me bring this over here because Newt's on my lap, so I need to give him a little bit of space. But I liked the Animaniacs reboot. I will say I did not enjoy it as much as I had hoped, but it kind of got a little bit too monotonous for me. I think my problem with it was that I binged it, and I don't feel Animaniacs is a show that works well in a binge. I feel like you watch an episode every once in a while. Binging it, Animaniacs just feels like a show that's not made to be binged. It's made to watch like one episode a week, I feel like, and I probably would have enjoyed it a hell of a lot more because it kind of got a little bit old by the end of the sort of run of episodes that they did, but not bad, just a little bit tiring. I kind of just soured on it towards the end. John Gingras said, thank you so much. You are lovely and amazing. Thank you so much for the super chat. Sending you a huge, huge heart. Sending you all of the love. You say, happy Inauguration Day. Love to everybody. Especially Newt. Yeah, Newt's being, if you want to see, he's just sort of being, see if I can give you a, he's just being a Newt. He just likes his little head scratches here. Yeah, there you go, bud. Get those neck scratches. Yeah. So there you go. Well, thank you so much, John. I appreciate that. Newt says thank you as well. Lisa Garrison says, this is kind of personal, but do you consider yourself to still be in transition? It's not. No, it's totally fine to. By the way, it's totally fine to ask that sort of question. If I think it is, if it is something that is too personal, feel free to ask me personal questions. By the way, everyone, if I feel like it is something that's too personal, I'll say that, or I'll just I'll bypass the question. But don't like. Feel free to ask personal questions. I will say if it's too personal. Obviously, just don't get like mean or cruel or like obviously weird. Like, don't ask me about like certain parts of my body if you can catch my drift there. But other than that, I mean, you can even ask that sort of stuff in sort of like a medical way as well. So whatever. I mean, I've done a whole video about my orgasm. So who am I to be, worrisome about that? I don't care. Anyways, you asked a question. Do you consider yourself to still be a transition? Kind of yes and no. I mean, my goal this year is to get FFS. And I actually have a call on Friday to sort of reset up that process because thankfully my insurance covers it. And so, because I got, now I'm working as like a contractor here in Seattle. So I have my own, insurance paid for by myself. So I have Kaiser Permanente and they cover it. And so I am considering getting FFS. I'm looking into it. Hopefully that'll be sort of set up. So in terms of like actually having more surgeries, like transition related surgeries that I personally want to have to do, I do still have those to do. That being said, and I also had breast augmentation last year too. I will say that. So, yes, I do have some transition related things to do indeed. I don't know why I phrased it that way. To do indeed, weird way. But that being said, I have felt stable in my gender identity, like in terms of like feeling like I am seen for the most part by the world in the way that I want to be seen. I just saw the super chat, and I will send thanks to you, Mel's. I'll give you your heart in just a second, but I just want to finish this up. But I just want to acknowledge that I do see it. I felt stable in my gender identity, and keep in mind, my gender identity is not a stable thing. I see it as like a very fluid sort of thing. But I've been stable in sort of that and confident in that for a while. And I remember back towards, before I came out and sort of the start of my transition, that I felt a lot more unsure in myself and like, is this how I want to exist in the world? Is this what I want? Is this how I feel about myself? And yeah, there's a little bit of that in terms of like, we all feel that, like weight and wanting to exercise more and wanting to look nice for things. And maybe it's like, I don't really look good today. Bad hair day. Like today, my hair is being kind of all crazy and it's driving me insane. But so there is an element of that still. But I feel like that's just going to be the baseline for the rest of my life. And so in terms of that, I feel like I'm not transitioning all that in terms of all that much anymore. There's like, I take my hormones, I live in the way I want, and yes, I'm pursuing FFS, but other than that, I feel fairly confident in who I am and how I exist in the world. And so that's sort of in terms of my gender identity. And so I feel like that in terms of that transition, no. And you can consider FFS part of the transition, but I also consider FFS to be more of transitioning to be also somewhat more of an internal thing. And while FFS will help with some of the, face dysphoria that I have, I feel confident in my own identity and self going and how it's viewed by the world for the most part. So there we go. And so Mel C, I just want to say thank you so much. This is your heart for the super chat. Thank you so much. Sending you a big heart for the super chat. You are lovely and amazing and wonderful. So thank you so much, Mel C. Let's see here. Someone said something about someone asked something about personal question. Elani Arcadius, sorry if I'm saying that incorrectly. Personal question. Do you realize how much good you do? This is a super kind question. Do you realize how much good you do for people by sharing your life and opinions to people who feel so alone? Number one, I know you're asking it as a question, but thank you so much for how you phrased that. That was super kind, and it really means a lot. And the answer to that question, and Fernanda, I see your super chat, and I'll get back to that in a second. The answer is yes and no. It's just being honest about this, like something that I've come to appreciate as my channel has grown is like I get a lot of messages from people, from Google stuff in the comments on my Patreon, things like that, from people who tell me how meaningful the videos that I've made have been to them. And that, honestly, that is the most meaningful thing I get out of doing this channel. Like there's nothing more meaningful to me than that, to know that I made a thing, I shared a piece of myself, whether it be just sharing my story or trying to be artistic about it or making a piece of art or whatever you consider art, and that it affected somebody in a positive way and influenced someone's life in a positive way. Like that is what I live for, those messages and hearing those stories. And so I feel that so hard every time I read them, even if I don't always get a chance to respond to them. Just because sometimes just so this is a little bit of a side note on that, but like if people send me a message and I don't respond, I do try to read. If you send me like an email or a Patreon message or things like that, I do read all of those. I don't always respond, and I don't always respond right away, mostly because when I do read them, if I am going to respond to those messages, I could just send a perfunctory response, but I'd rather respond with an actual meaningful feeling behind it. And instead of just saying like, thank you so much for your message, I'd rather like actually think about it and respond, but I don't always have the energy to do that. And so I always have to kind of, and Corey, I see your super chat as well, and I'll thank you for that in just a second. But super chat, like I just want to make sure that I respond appropriately considering the weight of what people are sending me. Anyways, that's a sidetrack from the point. The no part of that statement too is this. This is not always, but sometimes we always have this in our head, you know? I make things on the internet, I make work, and I have anxiety that what I'm making isn't good enough, that it means nothing, that it's terrible, that it's awful. I even had that this weekend, like Saturday, I'll be honest, I had a panic attack on Saturday. Because I started writing the next Ensign Cricket video, just to give everyone a tease. It's gonna be a ways off because this next one's gonna be a big one. So there's gonna be another Ensign Cricket video. I have the idea for it, but it's a ways off because it's gonna be probably the biggest one I'm gonna be doing for that. But anyways, I started writing it, and I just had a panic attack because I'm like, this isn't good. This isn't good enough. This is awful. This is terrible. I hate this. Why am I doing this? I can't make anything good. Why am I trying? My ideas are gonna destroy me, and I can't do this anymore. And So I have that silly panic attack, and I'm not trying to overblow it. That just happens when you're trying to be creative. Everyone, I'm sure, feels that to some level or another, and so I eventually just one point it's like, oh, screw it, I can't do this, and I walked away from it, which is the best decision because the very next day, I sat down and wrote 7 pages in 2 hours, and it's the 7 pages that I wrote are the video that is going up this weekend, or on Friday, I should say. The video that's already up. You can see the link for it to promote that. But I wrote that this weekend. I think it's a really, really good video. I think I wrote that and did it in 2 hours. I mean, I'd been thinking about it for a while, but I wrote it and put it down in 2 hours. And so like there's the brain is constantly pushing and pulling between like realizing how much good you do in the world and just being like, yeah, you're crap and terrible. And so you go back and forth on all of that. So that's the answer to that question. I know I just missed a ton of super chats, so I just want to acknowledge them. The first one was Fernanda. Just want to give you a heart. Thank you so much for that, Fernanda. You are wonderful. By the way, I believe Fernanda mentioned in the Discord, you said you worked 11 hours today doing sciencey stuff, wearing a mask all day. So let's give a hand to Fernanda for being amazing and doing a lot of work and being a kick-butt scientist and actually doing the sciencey stuff. So congratulations to you. Just want to send you love for that. Your thoughts on Disco Season 4 will be about, especially Saru. Saru will be back. I mean, I talked about this last week on my State of Star Trek bit with Triangle Audio Studios, but I'm excited to see what Disco Season 4 is. What I hope it will be is still tell a story, but I hope that it won't be. I hope number one, it won't be a mystery story, like there won't be a mystery box. 2, that Saru will become something new other than captain. Like, I'd love to see a character who was captain go on to do something new, like become an ambassador or become a head admiral or something like that in Starfleet. That would be fascinating for his character. And then in terms of the overall story, I hope it's like a mix of episodic and sort of that overall storyline. Again, not a mystery box one. And then visiting like some old planets and old organizations that we hadn't heard about. Like maybe we get to see what the Dominion's been up to. Maybe we get hints of what the Borg are up to. But then we also get like new planets, new civilizations, sort of exploring the new sort of setup of the 32nd century. I think that would sort of be a cool idea. I think that's probably what I would like the most for that season. In brief, anyways. Corey, here is super chat for both you and Vale. Sending love to both of you. Also, Vale, your green hair. You sent a picture on Discord. Your green hair looks amazing. So sending love to both of you for that. I'm glad you found confidence in your identity. You are a beautiful person, heart and soul, and deserve every security and grace the world can offer. Heart. Thank you so much, Corey. I really appreciate that. And the same goes to both of you and Vale. You are both lovely, amazing people, as is many people in this chat. So I just wanted to say, so thank you so much for that. That really means a lot. And it took a long time to get this confidence in my identity. And, confidence always goes up and down. That's how life goes. But I'm glad I found it too. And, you know, every once in a while you like sit and look back and you're like, huh. Like, the way I feel about my identity today is something I never thought I would have. There were days where I would cry as a kid about that, about feeling like I would never have what I have every day now and take for granted now. That's crazy. It really is crazy. So yeah. So thank you so much, Corey. I really appreciate that. Black Dove 78 sending you a huge heart. Thank you so much for being a lovely and amazing person and human being, and you are absolutely phenomenal and amazing. You said, happy Inauguration Day. Your channel has been massively helpful for my trans daughter. Well, thank you, and thank you. Well, thank you, Black Dove. I am so like glad that I was able to be any help. I hope your trans daughter is doing wonderfully and like learning more about herself and getting to explore her own identity and finding confidence in herself. Or I'm assuming she, her pronouns, so you said trans daughter, but whatever her or their or whatever pronouns they use. I hope that they're happy and doing well and just having so much fun exploring themselves and exploring their identity. And I am honored and touched that I was able to be any part of that. So thank you so much for sharing that. So love to both of you. Dash Fat Bastard. Every time I say your name, I love it. Sending you hearts as well. Hang on, the 22nd century is just around the corner. I wish, right? You know, I want it to be the 22nd century. We can get the broken NX-01 over here. I want to live in that era. Actually, if I had to pick an era of Star Trek to live in, probably the TNG era would probably be the smartest era to live in. But 22nd century, hex yeah. Thank you so much, Dash Fat Bastard. Sending you a heart. You are lovely and amazing, and your name makes me laugh every time I read it. So sending you love. Geek Filter, stop reading my mind. Good to see you. Miss Wicked Wolf, you're very energetic. I try. My Newt is like lying down in my lap right now, so I can't be as crazy as I usually am because I don't want to disturb him very much. But I try to be energetic. You know, I try to have energy. I feel like there's another super chat that I missed, but I might be crazy. Did I miss it? Ah, right here. Robert Richmond. Sending you a heart. Thank you so much for your super chat. You are lovely and amazing. Thank you so much. That heart's for you, Robert. You are lovely and amazing. I got a call back for Little Shop of Horrors. Well, congratulations. Kick butt at that audition. Little shop of horrors, little shop of horrors. Feed me. I've never actually seen the movie. I've only ever seen the stage play. So thank you so much for the super chat, and congratulations on getting the call back. I hope you get whatever role you're going for. I just saw one more. Hi, everyone. Mar, good to see you. Sending you a heart for being lovely and amazing and such a wonderful community organizer in the Discord server. You are lovely and amazing and absolutely phenomenal. Hi, everyone. Give Newt a scratch for me. I will. This is Newt right here, and I'm going to get this scratch just for you, Marg. Look at that. Oh, he's enjoying that. Oh, yeah. He's like, oh, yeah. He's also like, what? Oh, he sees the camera. What's that, Newt? You see that camera? Now you're like, okay, I just got scratches. That's all I need and care about. So there you go. Suddenly Seymour. Let's see. Yeah, I'll check out the movie. I mean, I know the different. I know that there's those two endings, as you said, just Carol, and I know the ending is. I mean, I know the movies are supposed to be good. I've just never seen them. I probably should at this point. I feel like I should. I want to do Buffy the Musical again. Ugh, that would be fun. I always wanted to do. Considering I mentioned it earlier in the stream, I've always loved to do Dr. Horrible sing-along blog. You know, now that I'm older, I know there's some problems with that story, but I just love that music and that musical so much. And they did it the year when I went to college. The college that I did it the year before I joined the college. So I was like, dang it. Because if I was going to do Dr. Horrible sing-along blog, like playing with gender stuff, I would love to play Captain Hammer so bad. I used to be able to do the whole Captain Horrible like rap. It's like, this appeared as a moral dilemma because at first it was weird that I swore to eliminate the worst of humanity. worst of humanity. I can't remember. I used to know how to do that. Like But anyways, I've always really wanted to do the Captain Hammer's, like, Captain Hammer's here, hair blowing in the breeze. The day needs my saving expertise. A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. Apparently Newt hates my singing cause he's left. He's like, I'm out on that music. Your singing is awful, so maybe I shouldn't do Captain Hammer because apparently Newt is not a fan. But yeah, I always wanted to do Captain Hammer. In fact, we did my college did one of those I don't know if anyone remembers this trend, but way back when I was in college, they had that YouTube trend where they would do like the single shot things on college campuses, where the college campus would just sort of the camera would just go through a college campus as everyone sort of danced to a specific song. I forget what they were called, but my college did one of those, and we never released it. For some reason, I don't know why they didn't. But in that video, there's me being Captain Hammer. I'm Captain Hammer in that video from years and years ago. I had a copy of it, but I don't know where the copy went. And for some reason, we spent the whole day filming it and planning it and prepping it. And I think it came up pretty well, but no one released it online. So I don't know why that didn't happen. But it was fun to do. So hopefully I can find that video at some point. If I do, I'll share it with everybody. But I don't remember where it was, so whatever. Daniel Young, thank you so much for the super chat. Sending you a huge heart. You are lovely and fantastic and amazing. Sending you all of the love. This heart is for you. There we go. There's the heart. You are lovely. You said, your YouTube channel has helped educate me about the trans community. You've also helped me realize that I'm pan and gender neutral. Thanks. Well, congratulations, Daniel. I am so glad that I helped in any way to help you sort of learn more about yourself, and thank you and for your kind words. I'm like, if the goal is always to educate, so I'm glad that this channel was able to help you educate you and help you learn and grow and help you learn more about yourself. So thank you so much, Daniel. You are lovely, a lovely human. So thank you so much. Let's see. Oh, Transporter Evolved. Hi, or Transport Evolved, I should say. Hi, how are you? Good to see you here. I don't know. I feel like you haven't joined our chats before. Maybe you have, and I just don't remember. But it's good to see you, Transport Evolved. Let's see. Trying to look and see what people are saying. I'm trying to catch up a little bit because I missed so much. Someone said, welcome, Daniel, but I don't see who Daniel is. Oh, you're just saying to Daniel Young. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, Newt Late singing, not Captain Hammer's. Hey, he's back. Oh, he's back. Hi, bud. Do you want back up now that I'm not singing Captain Hammer? Is that the deal? Yeah, he wants back up now that Captain Hammer's not here. Come here. Come on. You gonna come back up now that I'm not singing terrible songs anymore? No? Or are you just gonna stare at me? Do you want food? Is that what you want? Yeah, that's probably what he wants. He probably wants. I haven't fed him yet today. I always feed him after these live streams. So as soon as we're done here, he's gonna go get some food. So he's probably he's being all kind and nice because he wants food. So there we go. Oh, Fernanda, going to bed. Well, good night. Thank you for joining us. It was lovely to see you. Yeah, Brian Abbott. I hope when COVID dies down, you can give us little tours of the pop culture museum you work for. Sadly, so. The way that works with that, we filmed last week, or was it this week? Again, time's a flat circle. No, early last week we filmed one of our galleries. I probably will not be able to do tours of the galleries on this channel just because it's all proprietary stuff and people would be like, it would probably get people angry. But they are doing it. I'm actually editing right now some online gallery tours that will exist in perpetuity. Hi, Newt. You coming up over there? He's climbing up on the desk now. They will have tours online, but I probably will, and I'll have edited them. I can't say words, and shot them. But probably just because of stuff like that, I can't share. I could probably maybe like do something with the museum on this channel and stuff. I'm sure that they would enjoy that, but yeah, in terms of like doing tours and stuff, I probably couldn't, unfortunately. So Who's your favorite Warner sibling? I forget which one. Let's see. Probably. I mean, I like all three of them, and I kind of enjoyed their dynamic. I'm trying to remember who is who. Dot is the girl one. Yakko is sort of the lead one, right? And then Yakko is sort of the one that eats a lot and is kind of like the more crazy out there one, I believe, right? I mean, I enjoy all three of them for different reasons. I like Dot a lot because she's just like she's always like this kick butt girl who just like doesn't take any crap from her two brothers, so that's always enjoyable. But I think I enjoy kind of the not that any of them are like the straight man, but I think I enjoy Wacko probably the most, just because I enjoy the sort of like him being sort of like the crazy one who like ostensibly is in charge, but then can kind of but also does crazy stuff too. So I feel like probably Wacko. But Dot is probably a close second. And Yakko I like too, but he's just probably the craziest. Okay, Yakko. Sorry, Yakko. I got those mixed up. Yakko's the one that I like. Wacko is the one who eats a lot. So, yeah, I would probably say Yakko is probably my favorite, and Wacko would be the least favorite, and Dot's in the middle. But you know, it's very, very close. So. Let's see. Yeah, you'll just have to come to Seattle. Yes, I feel free to come. I am planning once. I do want to do once COVID does die down. One of the things that I do want to do is I do want to try and do some meetups. Either A, at like a park or something, or B, at like a bar or like a coffee shop, or just do something. So once COVID dies down, I will be doing sort of meetups at the very least in Seattle. And then I also am hoping to go to some Star Trek conventions as well, and general conventions. But you will see me at least. It's not called Star Trek Las Vegas anymore, but whatever Star Trek, I forget what it's changed to, but whatever Star Trek Las Vegas has become, I will show up at that, either this year or next year, depending on when COVID sort of cleared up. So you'll see me there, and then I will probably be doing some meetups here in Seattle as well. So you will have a chance to meet up with we will have a chance to say hi and meet up with me at some point, but obviously not until COVID's died down, just because of safety concerns, obviously for obvious reasons. Let's see. Seeing as I'm trying to 3D print Crescent Rose, do you like Ruby? I've actually never watched Ruby. I liked those trailers that they initially did. I know H-Bomber Guy did like a take. I have actually watched more of H-Bomber Guy's like sort of like critique and criticism of Ruby than I have of the actual show Ruby. And H-Bomber Guy did a really great Ruby video, so that I would highly recommend. Also, H-Bomber Guy's Fallout New Vegas video that he did recently was also fantastic. Really, just anything by H-Bomber Guy. It's also great. But yeah, I haven't actually watched Ruby. I will say I was a big fan of Red vs. Blue. I kind of fell off of it after, like, what, season 10 or 11? I think I actually have the first 11 seasons of Red vs. Blue on DVD in the other rooms. And I think season 11 I actually have on Blu-ray. So I do love Rooster Teeth, but I haven't really watched any of Ruby, unfortunately. It seemed like something I would like, but didn't really see my style. And then after watching H-Bomber Guy's video about it, I was very much like, seems like he got some problems that would probably push me out of it a little bit and not enjoy the most. And there's other shows that I can spend my time on. Let's see. There was something else I wanted to say on that too, but I can't remember what it was. I don't remember. Sabko, I just saw two nice comments that I just wanted to say thank you about. Someone just said something about my, Captain YOLO just said you like my WandaVision review. Well, thank you. I'm looking forward to doing more. I'm going to be reviewing the episode 3 on Thursday. Well, I'll be recording the review on Thursday evening when the episode goes up. Then I'll probably put it out Saturday morning. So that'll be going out. And then someone said, Sabko said you liked my road trip video. Maybe some Seattle reporters from your perspective will be nice. Yeah, maybe. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, I haven't really gone out and done much in Seattle considering the world today. But I do want to, I do want to do some videos like while hiking, like go out into the actual, there's so much beautiful wilderness here in Seattle. So once it gets a little bit warmer towards the spring, I actually want to take my camera and film some videos like out in nature. So there we go. Lisa, yes, asked, do you like ContraPoints? Yeah, I do generally enjoy ContraPoints. I know she has a video coming out today, supposedly. She tweeted about it last night that she needed more time on it, so supposedly there's a new ContraPoints video. Yeah, I like ContraPoints. I think she has some generally really thoughtful ideas about philosophy and the trans experience, and really taught me a lot about the trans experience when I sort of found her videos. I definitely know there are some things obviously I take issue with. The whole Buck Angel thing I did an article on, so if you look up on pride.com, there's an article on sort of the stuff with her and Buck Angel if you're curious on my specific thoughts on that situation. But there are some takes that ContraPoints has that I'm sort of like less okay with overall. But on the whole, I think she has a lot of really good style. She's definitely an inspiration in terms of me sort of stylistically, in how to present my videos. But on the whole, like I genuinely like her work. But again, nuance is a thing. So I don't want to necessarily say like everything she does is perfect and amazing. So I definitely have some specific issues here and there with some of her stuff. But generally, on the whole, I think she's a very strong creator. So, words and stuff. This is gonna be the last thing I'm going to quick call out, because I am gonna wrap out so I can go make my dinner. And Newt is sitting here looking at me with hungry eyes. So I gotta go feed him. But come Chia 430, thank you so much for the super chat. Sending you a heart. You are lovely and amazing and phenomenal. You said Biden's first 100 days green light season 5 of Enterprise. Look, I'll say this: if Biden gets Star Trek Enterprise season 5, I'll take back everything bad I said about him. Perfect president. He is a perfect president. He is everything I've ever wanted in a president. He just needs to do that one thing for me. Yeah. I definitely hope he does that. Obviously not going to happen, but one could hope and dream. Let's see. Yeah, so I think that is where I'm going to wrap it out for the evening. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me. You are all lovely. Some quick announcements before I wrap out and finish up the live stream. Let's see. First one. This Friday was supposed to be my channel update 2021 video, but I pushed it for. I'm doing a video on conspiracy theories. As some of you may have already saw the videos. The video link's gone live, and the premiere is going to be happening on Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. I pushed it out because I feel like the conspiracy theory video is a little bit more time sensitive, given some of the stuff that it's tackling. It will be a harder video. It's going to be a little bit of a harder video. It's going to be talking about some current event stuff, but I'm trying to do my best I can with it, so hopefully people will enjoy that. So that's going to be up Friday, and then next Friday will be my channel update, so pushing it out a week. And I think that's all the major stuff that I had. Trying to think if there's anything other specific announcements. No, that's it. So everybody, you are all lovely and amazing and wonderful, kind and thoughtful people. And I thank you so much for supporting me, for supporting the channel, for supporting Newt, who is currently trying to now climb into my lap again. Newt and I say both to all of you that you are lovely and amazing. And we send you love. And Newt especially sends you love as he's sort of trying to make me feel good, so I will go feed him. So love you all, and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening or day or whatever it is for you. So live long and prosper, everybody. Hi, Newt. Yes, I need to turn off the stream, bud.